Why you stupid ass popping willies?
Welcome back to Comedy Commentary. Today, we have a special one today because I'm starting a new series called Mics to Movies. And on episode 1 of Mics to Movies, we are doing Pete Davidson. So, Pete Davidson, if you didn't know, is a stand-up comedian who has accomplished many things in his career. Pete started doing stand-up at the age of 16 after smoking weed. His friend knew of his aspirations of being a comedian, and he egged him on to do so. Once he did, he got his first laugh at a bowling alley, and the kid was hooked. Luckily for Pete, he had a comedy mentor early and was able to go on the road 2 months into doing comedy. Him and his mentor, Bob Leavy, would do pizza places all around New York City and sell them all out. It wasn't long until Pete started getting noticed by some big names. At just 17 years old, Pete Davidson started opening up for Nick Cannon as well as touring with him. He even secured a spot on Wild 'N Out. Also, being on MTV allowed him to appear in Guy Code, another hit show on the air. After Wild 'N Out and Guy Code, Pete continued perfecting his craft, doing so at stand-up shows, interviews, and getting more and more noticed. Obviously, his father passed in 9/11, and that had a big impact on his career. A lot of people use that as an excuse and reason to help Pete Davidson, but don't discredit the man. The push only somewhat set his career. His comedy is what made him who he is. When Pete was 19, that's when everything started picking up heavy. In an interview with Artie Lange, Pete talks about how he was going to star in a Fox network show, but the show must have never got approved because I can't find it anywhere. Still, it didn't stop Pete from appearing in the movie Trainwreck. I personally didn't watch the movie because of Amy Schumer. She makes me wish my fridge dispensed bleach instead of water. So, I don't fuck with her. Then, the biggest movies of his career happened. Thanks to the likes of Bill Hader, Scooter Braun, they recommended Pete to Lorne Michaels. With that, he auditioned and got the role in TV's Saturday Night Live. That would make Pete who he is, a utility player on the show. 2 years into being on the show, at just 22 years old, he drops a Comedy Central special called SMD. Having a successful Comedy Central special is very unlikely. Seriously, look at how many there are on there and see if you recognize any of the comedians. This put a stamp of authenticity on Pete Davidson's stand-up skills. So after that, it was just grind time. Doing SNL, stand-up here and there, Pete was getting very popular, and he had gotten well over 600 million Instagram followers, befriending rappers and other famous stars. But then, the unimaginable happened. In 2018, Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande got engaged, and they completely blew his previous popularity out of the water. He went from being the guy you've seen before to A-list, just by having sex with a pop star. I knew him prior to his engagement, and it made me mad seeing all the Ariana Grande bandwagoners joining the party. Pete Davidson's newfound stardom was a burden for him and his family. But then, just 5 months after the engagement, they broke things off. This really didn't stop Pete's fame, though. He was still in a new demographic of celebrity. Then, Pete starred in his first movie, which was Big Time Adolescent. Before that, he was in a movie called The Dirt, I believe, but I never saw that, so I don't know how big of a role he actually had. But Big Time Adolescence, however, was a good movie. Then, the big one happened. The King of Staten Island. In my opinion, the best thing to come out of this godforsaken year. Written by Pete and my boy, Dave Cyrus. The King of Staten Island really showed Pete's ability not only as a writer, but as an actor. And to me, it was Pete's greatest accomplishment in his entire career. The guy made a damn movie. And that, my friends, is Mics to Movies, Pete Davidson. Let me know which other Mics to Movies you want me to make, and I will do that for you as soon as possible. Please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell for future videos, and I will see you guys in the next upload. Thank you, and goodbye.
I got all the cash, I got all the bands now. She shaking her ass, I feel like the man now. Bitch, don't even ask, you can't get no handouts. Get no handouts, you know I stand out. I feel like she want it, I'm really ballin'. I'ma shoot you if you're talking, it's gonna cost him. I feel like the man now. Hit you, you the man.